Now, today's topic, debunking Moorish lies. I know I'm ready to catch some heat. I know that. At some point, we've got to come to an understanding of what happened in history. And I'm going to break a lot of things down, but I will get a lot of so-called Moors coming at me, and they'll say things that have been said to them. So basically they're regurgitating what somebody told them. They don't take time to study. And one of the things, this is an MO of the so-called Moors. What they'll do is blast your channel or spam your channel with a whole bunch of images and pictures that have nothing to do with the topic at hand. So two questions that we go into when we're dealing with this whole topic. One, do you have any proof to show that North America ever belonged to Morocco? There is no such proof. They can't show it because it doesn't exist. Number two, are we understanding who's who today? Because we get a lot of people talking about, well, they did this to our people. Them Europeans did. You don't even know the fact that the Moors were the original Europeans. Morocco, Tunis, Algiers, Tripoli. Those were the original Europeans. Why do you think there's a such thing as Indo-European? Well, what does that mean? Those are the Albion Europeans. Because the original Europeans were melanated. So we got to go through some history today, and we got to go through some law today. And this is another thing that people, when you're studying and if you want to know the truth, let me be clear to you, because people ask me, well, how are you studying and what do you study? And okay, for me, I want documents that show the ancestors speaking. Okay, that's what I'm looking for. Anything before the mid 1800s, because remember, the 1800s, the mid 1800s was called the period of Reconstruction. This is where they were rewriting history. I don't want to hear about somebody's synopsis of what happened before then. I want to see either the legal documents or the scripture or the ancient document. I want to see it because I want to see the ancestors speak. I don't want to hear you telling me about what your thoughts are, because people skew whatever information to whatever they want it to be. We're not skewing anything. We're going to hear the ancestors speak. Then that way we know what really happened. Not because somebody said so. And let me make this clear too. People want to tie that term M-O-O-R onto the original people of the land. And there's a problem with that. Because once again, there were many different groups of melanated people in this land fighting over the land, and that fight is going on to this day. And some of y'all think, oh, well, they brown people and they with us and we them and they us, and but you're not understanding. The same way when you read the Bible and you see these two melanated groups, Egyptians and Israelites, one enslaving the other, those are two brown groups. That happened here in the Americas too. And it wasn't just two brown groups. I can name 4 different groups of brown people who were fighting over the land that we know of today as Americas, and it's still going on to this day. They look a little bit different, but spiritually, they the same people. So I need it to be made clear that a lot of lies are being told, and the original people, it's time for you to wake up. It's time for you to stop taking on titles. And if you're taking on the title Moor, then I understand spiritually you them. I get it. But if you know that you are a descendant of the original people of this land known as the Americas, then I advise you not to take that title. If you side with the mothers of this land, because that's whose name this land is in. This land is in the name of the original women. And you can see that when you get the Iroquois Confederacy. It's still to this day. The Iroquois Confederacy is still in effect to this day. And it says that the land is in the name of the mothers. So forget about the founding fathers. You better the mothers, the original mothers of this land. And if you don't do that, if you claiming more, you don't have no title to this land. I'm telling you. I'm telling you.